across this observatory, the Canada, France, Hawaii telescope, and you get some good shots of space, and you have a time lapse over. It shows you the night sky, and then it automatically puts in these constellation lines, and also with the labels. It's like I'd love to go back to a certain point and then see if I can see anything during the first few hours before the sun rises. But what happened was that I came across a stumbling block, because here you see August 22nd, sorry, and then the next date you see, 23rd, August the 27th, and it goes to November the 21st. So of course we missed out September and October and a lot of November, which turns out that was the period of time that I wanted to look at. This thing that's commonly called Nibiru, or the throne of God, because when it came in, when the Earth, this is the Earth here, the blue thing, rotating around the sun once a year, and when the Earth got to April, it had its most violent earthquakes in 1 month than ever had in record, because it was so close to the electromagnetic field of this thing. And then as it continued out, it calmed down, and now we're at like a quiet point. But being at this point, you see, we're looking towards it now. How you see things in the dead of night, if you're looking into a night sky or you're looking down a dark alley, you can't see anything. What you need is a light, and when you use a torch, let's say you shine a torch at the object, the light actually bounces off the object and comes back to your eye. That's like how infrared cameras work. The infrared LEDs shine a light towards the object that the camera is looking on, and the light bounces off them and comes back and produces a clearer image. So you imagine this sun as our big torch now, and again this is a lot like how the full moon works, because let's say this is the Earth and this is the moon and the sun's over here. The sun shines onto the full moon and it reflects to Earth, and we see a big full moon. And when the moon comes round and it's between the sun and the Earth, then we can't see nothing. It's exactly the same in this case. Here's the Earth, here we have the sun, and it will be shining towards it, and it will reflect and come back. As this thing starts to move around here, obviously you're going to see less and less and less, just like a half moon or a quarter moon works, really. So this would be the optimum time. Now of course, again coming back to the torch thing, if you shined a torch in someone's eyes, what are you going to see? You're not going to see much, because the torch will blind you. And exactly what happens when the sun comes up in the morning, it blinds everything. The heavens, well, the stars of the heavens disappear, and we're left with the sun and a blue sky. So the very optimum best time to see this thing would be just before the sun rises. So we might be talking 1, 2, 3 or 4 hours before the sun rises. Now if it was so close to us that it rattled us, man, big time, in April 2014, then of course coming round here till November, December, this would be the best time to actually see it, because you think about it, the Passover is April. So 6 months on from April, is September, October time. So that would actually be the best time to see it. Like I said, I'm not making these figures up. It was high. I mean, the earthquakes were up to 23 during the Passover in April, and they dropped all the way down. Now, as you can see here, you can probably see like a bow here. I calculated this to be like the conjunction between our sun and sort of its sun. And when planets conjoin or conjunct, line up in other words, you have like this energy on Earth, and it usually creates earthquakes. And then you can see this, this big dip here, sort of thing. And it is right around the time that basically it should have been going around the backside of the sun. So from all my research about the Earth passing through the April time of its orbit, and that being the closest approach, so us now looking back towards the sun, remember we're on the opposite side, I managed to come up with a guesstimate diagram of where it could be coming out from the outer space into the Earth's orbital sort of, and you can see here we have from the top of Virgo all the way down to the bottom of Libra, and that's why I guesstimate calculation of it being. But if we add the dates of August the 27th to November the 21st, we actually come up with this diagram. Here we have the sun here at November the 21st. This is where the sun was. Now look, this is where the sun began. This would be August the 27th, right around us Leo and Regulus. But as the months and as the days and weeks and months go on, you see the sun changes its position with respect to the constellations. You see Virgo, that's like a month. It moves through that in the month, September, October, and moves down like this. So the sun's gone from here, August the 27th, through to here, August the 21st. So basically, this is the area that they cut out, or not. Let's not say cut out. Let's just say is not available for public to see. They may well have still been recording. They haven't published it. That's about it. They have published it. They might have been viewing it, but like I said, the optimum time is when the sun is rising, and you have that, the angle of the light, so that and we're able to see the object clearly. Plus, solar flare and filaments being could increase our chances, and the last thing they need is some clear images of some yahoo that's caught this thing out there on this camera, because these people who watch these things all the time, they probably review these things every night, it would just take one instance for them to catch it, because if it's so close to us now, it must be so big. Anyway, this is the area that was cut out basically, and during the sunrise hours, all this area. So at worst case scenario, it was rising here with the sun, and then all through this it was seen, faded out until eventually it was gone. So they were like, right, we'll switch it back on now. You see what I mean? If you look at that now, Virgo there, big ring like this, and there's my guesstimate, not too far off. Mine ends here at the top of Virgo, and this one starts further up. So this one's probably in the right, because all it'd take a word from the Lucifer telescope of the Vatican, the Illuminati, the Roman Empire, for him to say, it'll be coming into view soon, it's time to cut off the camera. There's either two I used to be a CCTV engineer myself, and I used to deal with CCTV systems and alarm systems, and there's not one job where I went to and I couldn't finish the job in one day. In fact, I had to finish the job in one day. I had to have a working system within one day, or even call out within an hour, Do you know what I mean? Basically, I had to sort it now. And you're telling me that an observatory camera, yeah, it might be on a mountain or, you know, top of a volcano, wherever it is, but you mean to tell me it takes 2 months, you know, to fix a camera that you know they're supposed to have, you know, observatory that's observing things, and it takes 2 months to, you know, it just doesn't sound right. And what I'm trying to get across is, what a coincidence, you know. The 2 months that I would want to view off this camera to see this thing that is like really close to us is unavailable. I mean, how much of a coincidence? Out of all the years and all the months, it has to be not working for these 2 months that I want to view it. You know, I don't believe in coincidences. You know, it's either it's a total coincidence and the engineers looking after the camera couldn't fix it for 2 whole months, or there was something out there that they didn't want the public to see, so they did not publicise the true observatory time-lapse footage because they could see it. You know, it's up to you to make your mind up anyway. Like I said, I don't believe in coincidences, but thank you for watching. And you're welcome to come and join us on Facebook. End of the Age Bible Prophecy. Keep up to date with world news and what's going on in the world, earthquakes, volcanoes, and all these things that trigger the signs of the coming years to come.